Hi guys, here's Sean for the second episode about comparing humans to animals, and as I said today, it's about technology. I don't know if you guys really like this series, but I do, so I'm gonna do the 5th episode. It's a very interesting subject to talk about. Nothing very serious about the quality of the videos, no montage, no good quality. It's just answering something that I think is kind of, like as I said, interesting. So to dive right in, yes, humans are the most advanced in technology as we know of. We build cities, even internet, which is the biggest thing I think we ever done. We went to space too. Well, we're not the only one to go to space, but in globality we do. But as we think of technology, there's no very other animals that we think of who have something as good as we do. Well, that's true because no other animals can have a phone or something like this, but animals do build and do stuff that kind of compares it to us. For example, the beavers, American beaver, which they do, some sort of how do they call it? You know what I'm talking about for the rivers, which actually cause all changing for the ecosystem in good ways. I mean, in theory, and even ants. I've talked about them previously, but ants also have a very organized colony, built like architecture. For every larva, every special kind of ants, even for the queen. So that's also very interesting a fact for technology. Again, as I said, some monkeys build tools, even birds build tools. And some birds actually use, there's a species of bird who use branches to impale their prey to keep it for later. So that's a way of using stuff not without our own use, and that's a bit the technology is kind of that. It's just using stuff that we build or found, more built or created, but you got a thing. So no, we're not the only one using stuff to help ourselves, but we're clearly the better advanced in that kind of stuff. So if you have any other questions about that, I'll be so pleased to answer. And for the next episode, I think I'm going to do a very unique and surprising subject, and that is love. Because, like I said, surprisingly, it's probably one of the unique stuff that separates us from animals. Even if animals do have some special bonds compared to what's love, but not as complex as we do. So that's probably what I'm going to do, because it's a very interesting thing. Thank you if you watched it to the end. I'll be very happy and appreciate it a lot if you continue to support me and subscribe and do that kind of jazz. And I couldn't say much about technology because I want to compare some animals, but there's not a lot of animals who use stuff. But here you have some examples and know a bit more. So hopefully you learn stuff, and thank you very much. See you next time. Stay tuned for the 3rd episode. And yeah, see ya. Bye bye. Thank you very much.